There was a mosquito all over there. But we never got to it.
All right, Justin Watson.
Early impressions on the receiving core, and obviously with the kind of new work with Hollywood Brown back there.
Yeah, it's been great. Good mix of new faces and some guys that have been around here. So I think just a lot of new energy. It's been cool. We always talking about attacking the new season, using this time to improve, starting to figure out who we are, and it's just been cool to see some new additions like Hollywood Brown, getting Nico Remigio back, and then obviously Xavier. He's just dynamic. So it's been really great to add some great guys and dynamic playmakers out there.
Justin, with Hollywood and Xavier, and it's a lot of speed, obviously. What's that going to do you think, for you guys offensively?
Yeah, I think we're still figuring out what everyone's good at. Coach Reed and the whole offensive staff is really good at using everyone's strengths and hiding some weaknesses. First impressions is just that, those guys are blazers. They're a different level of speed, and defenses are going to have to back up.
Justin, are you used to being the fast guy in the receiving group?
Last year we had a lot of debates and conversations, I would say the last 2 years, about who's the fastest, and I would always put my name in that ring. I'm going to defer it to one of those two. Those guys can absolutely fly. So one of those two are definitely the fastest right now.
Xavier hasn't been able to get on the field yet, but just in the room, what do you get the sense of as far as his football IQ and that type of stuff?
Yeah, he's doing a great job picking up the playbook. One of the tough things early on in this offense is, okay, can you learn one position, but the way we use receivers, can you learn all three? So I think he's had a nice job had a nice opportunity to sit back and look at every single position, see the defenses, let the game slow down for him a little bit as he transitions to an NFL playbook and see NFL defenses.
Just to remind me if I'm correct, but obviously you were part of Tampa Bay after they had won the Super Bowl the year before. Obviously you're going to do it again this time around. You did it last year as well. Just what about those experiences can you sort of rely upon, learn from, and obviously maybe even disseminate to some of the guys about the rare chance to go three?
Yeah, I think it's a Hank Aaron quote that I really like. He said, "Yesterday's home runs don't win today's games," and that's always how you got to attack the season. This time of year, nobody cares that you won the Super Bowl last year. It doesn't earn you anything except you're getting everybody's best shot. So we've just used this time to, hey, forget about the Super Bowl. We got the ring ceremony tomorrow. That'll be the last time that we talk about or celebrate last season. But really, since we've gotten here, it's been, the whole train's moving forward. Nobody's talking about last year. It's about what we want to do this year.
How much does an Andy Reid offense evolve? I know that the core is probably there, but year to year, are you finding yourself each year like, oh, wow, look at this? Or, do you kind of see it coming? Is it an evolution that happens all through the season and you just kind of pick up when the new year starts?
Yeah, I'm already excited about what we have going in for early next season. I think our coaching staff is so smart that they see any tendencies that we give, anything that defenses try to throw at us late in the season, and we try to figure out a way, how can we complement that? How can we use what they're overplaying to our advantage? So, I know Coach Reed's record in the first month of the season has been good, and I think a lot of that's been just all the film work, all the study in the offseason, just taking they watch every single play from the previous season multiple times over. So just that level of detail makes us feel really confident and comfortable out there running around.
Last season, the receiver room was, was a big accountability and holding everyone accountable, amongst all the problems. Just as the vet, you were kind of the vet in the room last year, and it seems like you're the vet in the room again this year. Just what's it going to be like, kind of teaching these young guys and bringing them along?
Yeah, I think we learned a lot last year from those experiences. I think kind of the midpoint of the season, we figured out what habits we had to put in our room to be successful and to win games, and I've seen those habits carry over. And then guys like Hollywood Brown, he's a worker. For everything else, dynamic playmaker, he is a hard worker and a good leader. So it's been cool to see us have what we had at the end of last year, and then another veteran guy like Hollywood come in and just add some things onto that.
PJ mentioned you're kind of the veteran in the room. I think you're 28 now. Do you find you tend to do things differently in the off season? Do you find yourself kind of changing your regimen a little bit just to kind of keep up with time?
Yeah, I think at this point you just figure out your off-season routine and what works for you. So I think it's been similar the last few years. Going late into the postseason, playing in the Super Bowl, and then coming back for OTAs is a challenge. But I've been fortunate enough to do that 3 times. So you kind of figure out how to get your body turned around quickly, and then once you come here, it's just fun. It feels like back to being a kid again, just going out there. Can't believe I can still put a helmet on and call this a job.
Can you explain kind of what you do during the off season?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's first couple weeks are my wife's. You know, I joke. She woke up with my son every morning, and the morning after the Super Bowl, he woke up at 5 a.m. Vegas time, and she said, "Hey, it's your turn." So, you know, I just try to spend a lot of time with family. You know, just get a lot of body work, a lot of massages, and then you know, just start back lifting, running routes, getting down to Texas with Pat and those guys, and man, we just got a good thing going right now.
After tomorrow, what do you do between now and the time camp starts?
Yeah, that's a great challenge. Like you said, you have to get your body back a little bit from OTAs, but you're preparing for the long stretch of the season. So they did a good job of making sure everyone had equal reps and spread the reps around. I think as a whole in our receiver room, we're pretty healthy. So I think a lot of us said, hey, we're just going to keep going. We've been running routes 3-4 times a week. Let's just keep running 3-4 times a week until the season when we'll be ready.
Justin,
Last one, anyone?
We'll get Hollywood in a second here. Just him specifically, what kind of personality and energy has he brought to the room?
You know, he's I'd say like a soft-spoken presence. You know, he's got a calming energy to him, but when it's go time, it's go time. You know, he gets fired up and just has that energy. When he goes out, he wants to be the first guy to make a play, and once he makes a play, man, he wants to bring everyone with him, wants to bring that energy. So he's an awesome leader and awesome worker.
Thanks, guys. Thanks,
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.